Well, once again, we'd like to tell you about a really great program where gentleman over here, Harold from the American Legion Post Number 2, takes wounded veterans up to Alaska on a once-in-a-lifetime week-long fishing trip. And also joining us is Josh from the 321st, who's actually one of the past guys who has gone on the trip. Harold, thanks for joining us. Josh as well. Tell us, how did the whole program get started?
Well, I was watching the sports channel on TV and saw wounded veterans being taken on elk hunts, and there were no fishing trips, so I decided that I would take some wounded vets to Alaska fishing.
Wow.
I'd been up there quite a few times prior to that, and I thought, well, I'm going to try it. And Josh was in one of the first ones that I took, and he can describe more thoroughly on what the trip was like.
Well, Josh, tell us a little bit more about this once-in-a-lifetime fishing adventure.
The trip was great. Harold got in contact with me through my unit, the 321st Engineers. I was a wounded vet, and shortly after returning home, I got the opportunity to go up fishing in Alaska, and I wasn't about to pass it up, so we went up there and caught a ton of fish and spent a week up there, 2 days on the ocean. It was just a great experience.
That's amazing. Now, what would you say was the best benefit of the trip itself to you?
The best benefit of the trip is realizing that there's people out there such as Harold and the American Legion who are really dedicated to making sure that the transition home for us wounded soldiers is as easy as possible, helping relieve some of the stress of transitioning from theater back to civilian life.
Yeah, it just seems like most people would never know what it's like, myself included, of what it's like on the front lines and then to return to civilian life. So that's amazing. Now, as far as the trips go, I know there's got to be some substantial costs in these. What does each trip run?
Yeah, each trip runs about $2,000 per wounded veteran.
And how are the funds raised for this?
Part of it is donated. Usually I get donations in the ballpark of $2,000, about paid for one. The rest comes out of my pocket.
Wow, that's a pretty heavy burden to bear there. So, you know, it would be great not only to have the community support for the veterans, but also to help out with the trip. So, if someone wants to donate, what's the best way that they can do that with you?
They can contact me at my home phone. It's 377-4771, or better yet, American Legion, P.O. Box 190267. and area zip code 83719.
That sounds great. Well, perfect. Well, we appreciate the efforts on that on both behalf. And if you'd like to contribute, just go ahead and either pick up the phone or send a check in. Guys, thank you so much for all that you do. More ETV right after this.